In case you were wondering whether or not Donald Trump has anything to hide as it relates to his involvement with Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell, you might want to hear what he had to say at the prospect of pardoning or commuting the sentence of Ghislaine Maxwell here.
Would you consider a pardon or a commutation for Ghislaine Maxwell if she's cooperating?
It's something I haven't thought about. It's really something
recommended.
It's something I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I have not thought about.
But you wouldn't rule it out?
Just so that we're clear, Trump is asked about pardoning a woman who helped her pedophile boyfriend conceal his crimes, and instead of saying, no, that would be insane, she deserves to rot in a prison for the horrific crimes that she helped perpetuate, no, that would be a travesty of justice, no, I would never insult Epstein's victims by freeing his co-conspirator, his response is, I have the right to do it? I gotta ask any Trump voters out there, how does it make you feel watching this? All of you went on record about just how horrific Epstein's crimes were. So many of you predicated your support for Trump on this idea that he and he alone would be the one to expose the heinous individuals involved with Epstein. And yet now, not only is he refusing to do that, but he's considering pardoning Epstein's co-conspirator? I could not think of a bigger slap in the face to his voters if I tried. You wanted accountability, and instead you're getting the polar opposite. You voted to give Epstein's accomplice a possible get-out-of-jail-free card. And for those who say, well, he didn't say that he was going to pardon her, he didn't have to. The only correct answer to the prospect of pardoning a pedophile's co-conspirator is, no, I would not consider it. Period. That's it. So by saying that he has the right to do it, he's either so insecure that he felt the need to remind us just how big and powerful he is, or he's laying the groundwork to pardon her. But either way, it is legitimately gross that this guy seems to be going out of his way to curry favor with this woman. In fact, when you think about it, he's always gone out of his way to be nice when it comes to Ghislaine Maxwell. Remember this?
Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, and a lot of people want to know if she's going to turn in powerful people. And I know you've talked in the past about Prince Andrew, and you've criticized Bill Clinton's behavior. I'm wondering, do you feel that she's going to turn in powerful men? How do you see that working out?
I don't know. I haven't really been following it too much. I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well, whatever it is.
I wish her well. Is that usually how Trump talks about people who he doesn't respect, especially women? Or does it sound a little bit more like this?
Pelosi is a sick woman. She's got a lot of problems, a lot of mental problems.
Hillary, crooked Hillary.
Pocahontas? Is that what you said? Elizabeth Warren?
I think the other one asking the question is dumber than Kamala.
And so let's think for a moment why Trump might be so hesitant to talk about Maxwell the same way that he talks about any other woman, even despite the fact that she enabled pedophilia. Might it be because he has information that could incriminate him? Could you think of a different reason that the most abrasive man in the world, Donald Trump, who will attack anyone in any political party for any reason whatsoever, would be so gentle when it comes to Ghislaine Maxwell, other than the possibility that she could take him down? Take all the time you need with that one. Which I presume is why Trump sent his Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, sprinting over to the prison where Maxwell is housed to meet with her, which of course has raised all sorts of alarm bells that Trump's DOJ will trade her secrets that could implicate Trump for a reduced prison sentence or even a pardon.
I mean, let's first be very clear. I mean, Maxwell, we know, is a convicted sex predator who is an accomplice to Jeffrey Epstein, who essentially lied on the stand, has committed horrific crimes, has been involved in abusing young women and girls. And so on her own, she's not someone that can be trusted per se. Then you have a sentence that she has, of course, that she's now serving. And of course, the DOJ and Trump, there is absolute concern that she's going to try to cut some kind of deal and essentially say what Donald Trump wants her to say for some kind of reduced sentence or pardon. So that's a concern, which is why it's so important that we get the files, because if she's going to then be deposed by the Oversight Committee, and I'll be at that deposition, if she's going to actually be deposed by us and the Republicans, both of us in that room, we're going to be able to hopefully corroborate whatever she is saying with actual documents. We just cannot take her word for it when she is now working with Trump's Department of Justice. So I think Donald Trump's trying to, get a fast one here past us and thinking we're going to somehow just accept what she says as the truth. Absolutely not. We weren't born yesterday. We're going to get those documents. and make sure that what she tells us is aligned with what's actually been documented in these files and all these papers.
We should expect them to do criminal things. This is somebody who is a con man and a convict. And so, unfortunately, we have seen him misuse, things such as pardons, where it looks like there's a bit of pay for play. And so I absolutely fully anticipate that he may most likely offer her a get out of jail free card if she just fails to disclose certain things, or if she decides to say certain other things, right? But I do think that, considering the fact that she probably is the only person who was really intimately engaged with all levels of or the vast majority of criminality with Epstein, she is the person that can discredit or credit any information.
In fact, Trump himself was asked what he hopes Todd Blanche will get out of meeting with Maxwell. Here's what he had to say.
What are you hoping Todd Blanche gets out of his meetings with Ghislaine Maxwell?
Well, I don't know about the meeting. I know it's taking place, and he's a fantastic man. He's a great attorney, and people should really focus on how well the country's doing, or they should focus on the fact that Barack Hussein Obama led a coup, or they should focus on the fact that Larry Summers from Harvard, that Bill Clinton, who you know very well, and lots of other friends, really close friends of Jeffrey Summers, should be spoken about. Because, Jeffrey Epstein should be spoken about. And they should speak about them, because they don't talk about them. They talk about me. I have nothing to do with the guy.
To be clear, the correct answer would be, we of course want to find out if there's any more information on the criminal accomplices of Jeffrey Epstein so we can bring them all to justice. That's the right answer. But of course, Trump would never say that, because that's not what he wants. And in fact, Trump may very well be one of those accomplices, which is why instead he gave the answer that he gave, which is as blatant a deflection as you could possibly find. Don't look at me, look at Obama. He's the real criminal here, not me. I'm just a poor victim who was, best friends with a pedophile. Yes, poor Donald Trump, always getting the short end of the stick. So my message to Trump supporters is this. When Donald Trump is asked point blank what he hopes to gain by meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell, and he says that you should instead focus on Barack Obama, what he is saying is that he thinks you're stupid. He thinks that you are so dim, so obtuse, that all you need is for him to mention Obama's name and you'll snap to attention and follow the shiny object. He treats you like dogs, which would be disqualifying enough unto itself, but he's doing it to protect a pedophile and his accomplice. That's the hill that he's decided to die on. So as you decide who to ally yourself with, do not ignore the very clear warning signs that you're seeing right now. Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on the screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.